at Streamer Awards.
Not going to lie, Lord Keboon got robbed of RP Streamer Award.
True.
I agree with that.
Alright.
I agree with that
Is this
wholeheartedly.
7-minute video you want me to watch? I mean, I voted for Kevin too. Like I said, I think like it's just hard to compete with the W community. I mean, Phantom. I think Phantom does a great job as well. But I mean, Kevin put a lot of hours into it, and he did it at a high level. You know, I think you could have, but that's the thing, man. It's just getting nominated alone is a big deal, especially for a lot of these awards. Whenever it different people show up to vote differently, you know. Yeah, I mean, Phantom won.
Can I guess I'm trying to understand exactly why. Like, from my understanding, the Streamer Awards, the way that they're ran, is that you see the people who are nominated, and then their chats are the people who go in and vote for them. So whether somebody is like a really popular, well-known RP streamer, or if somebody is just like a really famous streamer who happens to also RP, I feel like it's two different worlds. So although I think everybody can argue that Lord Kevin is like, he's the guy when it comes to RP, does it necessarily mean that he's going to win? I don't think so. Even though his community is huge, obviously, right? Like, his community is incredible. I've even had like some of his people come into my stream or like follow my YouTube and like subscribe to me on YouTube, and that's awesome. But it's amped, right? It's the AMP people who are just like, they're amped up, like all their people are going nuts for them all the time. So if you have somebody who's super famous who happens to also RP, it doesn't matter the quality of RP in your opinion of it. Like, it's how they're voted for. And if you don't have that level of a community compared to them, you're obviously not going to win. It's a shoo-in. Like, you're just not going to get it, sadly. But that's the reality.
2 years ago, then who won before that?
Like, if there was like a critical acclaim award, like, and it wasn't viewer based as far as like who gets it, and it was purely like who's running the fucking scene, Lord Kevin would win every year. Like, bar none. Like, there would be no competition. But when it's viewer based, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, because personally I couldn't give less of a shit. I think the fact that it's even a thing is really cool to recognize people for this. It's just not going to be what people think when it's just viewer based for voting.
Was it Seer? I think it was Seer, Buddha, Phantom, me, and then Phantom again, right? But yeah, no, I voted for Kevin too, but I think Phantom, I think all these guys are deserving. Everybody's deserving, you know?
It's time to sit down and say how it is. Somebody cannot be all the categories. I like Phantom.
So this is something else, actually. So I wonder if... So I talked about how a lot of these categories overlap. I feel like they should... I don't know how you're going to do it. Okay, I haven't gotten this far. But they should like if you're in just chatting, you can't also be IRL. You can't also be reality. You can't also, you know what I mean? Now there's like event streams, like Best Marathon Stream or even Stream Duo. That's a different thing, right? Even though those overlap a little bit with some other stuff. I think they should make it. It's very hard to filter, okay? But in a perfect world, you would have it to where it's every single category that somebody is nominated for. It's like, okay, sorry, I said that weird. Let me rewind. In a perfect world, if somebody is nominated in multiple different categories, then they kind of have to pick one, like, hey, you're nominated for this. I don't know how you would do it. You're nominated for these categories. Which one would you like to be nominated for? Is that a good way of doing it? If you just ask them, hey, these are the categories you're nominated for.
I don't know if that's a good way of doing it, because here's the thing. Like, if you have somebody who has multiple nominations, there's a reason that they have multiple nominations. So let them have the chance of winning. I don't think having multiple nominations is a bad thing. I think it's who you're putting within the nominations that could be differentiated. I think that might be where the hangup is.
We're doing it different this year where you can only be nominated for one of these like section categories. Which one do you want? The Grammys does that? Really? Okay.
But at the Grammys, can't they win multiple things though? Or I might be thinking of the Oscars.
Didn't you win 2 last year? No, I only won 1, but I was nominated for 2. But also the 2 that I was nominated for are in completely separate categories. Like sports and RP are, even though I overlap them, they're two separate categories, right? But like what I'm talking about is if you get like reality streamer and just chatting streamer. That's, you know what I mean? I think those overlap.
The same thing. Yeah. I get what he's saying. That makes sense.
No, because they're not guaranteed to win in that category. No, they're not guaranteed to win, but I'm going to keep it real. It's not about winning or losing. I think if you're the show, you want to put on the best show possible. And what puts on the best show possible is if you have the most amount of different people nominated for different categories. So yeah, that's what I think. I think thinking about it like the show first, I think that's important. Yeah. FPS streamer aren't so like chance in both.
But
To have more different people nominated.
I want to hear what else XQC has to say.
Anyway, continue.
Down and say how it is. Somebody cannot be all the categories. I like Phantom, but RP of the year? Come on, bro. That's a come on, bro.
I mean, it's so hard to comment on because the way he RPs in his avenue of RP is different than what we see with like NoPixel and Prodigy in these other servers. So it's not, I don't think it's necessarily like, I don't think it's fair to say like one person is necessarily better than the other, but I feel like the numbers alone should have some weight behind it, right? And I think that's why Lord Kevin continues to get nominated, because he's been running the shit for, I don't know, I don't even know when I discovered him, I think like in 2021 or some shit. He was 2021 when I discovered him. Yeah, it must have been. I mean, that was a crazy time right after COVID, you know, he blew up like a motherfucker. But he's been running it forever, dude. Like he's been at the top of the game.
I mean, guys, compared to Lord Caban, he owns the 10, but how often is the RP though? You compare him to Lord Caban, really?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Mr. K is like one of the most genius characters there is. I mean, the dude is so, like, the character itself is so great, and then like the crew that they have around him, they're just their chemistry and everything else involved is just, it's so up there. It's so good. And they just feed off of each other so well that you can't dispute how good they are individually and as a team. Whether they're winning or not, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's just quality fucking content for everybody to see.
If you are gonna compare Phantom to Caban, I quit streaming. I'm done. I'm going offline. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. If you even put them next to one another, I'm going offline. It's a waste of my time. You guys are brain dead. Clearly.
No, hold on. I disagree with this.
No, I think you absolutely can compare them because they're both RPing. They're just RPing in different ways. Like, it's still the quality of the RP that matters, but at the same time, like I said, when it's being voted on by the communities, if somebody has a bigger community than the other, it's almost like a shoo-in. Like, you're gonna win if you have a bigger community. That's just how it is. So I don't know.
Because Phantom, his RP's in a completely different community. It's a completely different side of content creation.
Thank you.
No. It's not the RP, not the kind of RP that like I typically do or XQC typically does. But it's like that's like a preference thing, you know what I mean? Or like that's like a what you normally consume. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. Like, it's completely preference on what you want to watch. And if his community loves his RP and the way he is, and that's like what he's built his RP community around and his streaming community around, then like I said, if he has a bigger community, he's obviously going to win. Yeah, I don't know. I think anybody hating on Phantom because of the fact that he won is just bullshit. He won for a reason. But at the same time, everybody knows Kevin's Lord Kevin's ability. So I think that's it. Honestly, I don't think people need to keep dragging this out. I don't think it's that big of a